Hi, I'm Tony with the Intenders of the Highest Good, and we're here today with the second in a series of videos where we'll be sharing two passages from my latest book, Stay Above It All, the 11th Intent of the Code, and it's a free download on Intenders.com. So now let's join Merlin as he teaches young Arthur all about miscreation and mind magic.
Is there anything you can't think of?
What do you mean, Merlin? Where are you going with this?
It's a simple question, Arthur. I'm asking you if there's anything you're unable to picture in your mind.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Right now, can you picture a rowboat in your mind?
Of course I can.
Okay, now can you make it longer and include a dozen oarsmen rowing it down the river?
Again, yes.
And now, can you see it in a race with other similar rowboats heading toward the finish line?
Yes.
I think you're getting the point now, laddie. Anything I ask you to envision in your mind is available to you at a moment's notice, yes?
Yes again, but what does this have to do with anything?
My young friend, it has everything to do with the enjoyment and fulfillment of your life because what you're picturing in your mind, indeed what you're thinking about, is on its way into your future experience. I'm just making sure that you don't limit yourself by thinking that certain pictures aren't available to you. I wouldn't want you to cut your future short by harboring doubts about what you can or cannot create. You can create anything you can envision.
Now I get it. My future and everything in it depends upon what I'm thinking about or picturing in my mind today. If I think that any outcome is unavailable to me, I'm actually keeping myself from experiencing or creating it.
Precisely, Arthur. Now you see that all things, including rowboat races, are already there in your mind, just waiting for you to tap into the ones you want to manifest for yourself. In truth, there's nothing you cannot envision, so there's nothing you can't bring to life.
Wow! This is powerful knowledge, Merlin. I could be a pilot, or a doctor, a famous explorer, or...
Or you could be a magnificent king, Arthur. You could be anything you want to be. Did you ever wonder why so many people are drawing unwanted experiences into their lives? It's all a huge miscreation.
A miscreation? What are you talking about, Merlin? Is that something like a distraction?
No, a distraction is anything that pulls our attention away from whatever we're thinking about. A miscreation is worse. It's when we're stubbornly holding our attention on thoughts we really wouldn't want to be manifesting for ourselves. It's dwelling on worst-case scenarios.
So what's the big deal? It doesn't seem to be hurting anything.
It's hurting everything, laddie. Miscreation is the reason your world is in the mess it's in, and it's the reason for all your personal problems and challenges as well.
I don't understand. Are you sure you're not making it all out to be something bigger than it really is?
Not a chance. In fact, it's running rampant in your world today. You see it everywhere, all the time. If you listen in on the average conversation between any two people nowadays, you'll likely hear several miscreations.
I still don't get it. Can you give me an example?
Sure, let's say you're talking with a friend at school and he begins to talk about the sickness he says is going around. Then he goes into greater detail, describing all the symptoms, statistics, and suffering he's seen on TV, as well as the possibility, in his mind, that it's highly contagious and you could catch it if you're not careful. Now, if you go along with him and buy into what he's saying, you place yourself in harm's way by entertaining the idea that you could get sick. This is a classic miscreation.
Ah, I'm beginning to see what you mean.
Good, because we have the power to make our lives better by holding on to positive, uplifting thoughts. And we also have the power to make our lives worse by holding on to ideas and beliefs that don't serve us or anyone else.
Now I'm beginning to see what you mean when you say that all our worldly woes would go away if we as a whole would refrain from thinking and talking about them all the time. Everything would change.
Absolutely. Like I said, it all hinges on what you're putting your attention on. You can continue to think and talk about unwanted things like wars, pandemics, and potential calamities, and thus reinforce them, make them stronger, and draw them to you. Or you can start thinking and talking only about your abundance, your safety, your serving, sharing, and caring for one another, and attract these desirable things into your world.
Okay, from now on, I'm going to watch what I'm thinking and saying much closer because in my heart of hearts, I only want to be attracting happy times into my life instead of miscreating any more unhappy times into my life.
Good thinking, laddie. Your rewards are always assured when you're more careful about what it is you're creating with your everyday thoughts and words.